Kotter's 8-step model. Of all of the change models available, John Kotter's 8-step model is one of the most detailed models for how to get from your current state to the post-change vision. This model specifically addresses the kinds of challenges that people attempting change in large organizations face. It has a special emphasis on how to get everyone on board with the change. It starts with a sense of urgency. Create a sense of urgency in every organization, but in particularly those organizations that are large. There are always so many things going on and so many things competing for corporate resources. The first battle in getting your change accomplished is to get it on the agenda and to get it prioritized. The next step is to create a coalition. The larger the organization is, the less likely it is that you'll be able to accomplish your objectives on your own. Kotter points out that coalitions don't just automatically happen. People aren't likely to randomly rally around your cry for change. You must be intentional about gathering the people that you need to support you on your change effort. Next is create a vision. One of the most often criticized, yet still essential aspects of change is creating a vision for people to know what they're shooting for. When it's John F. Kennedy proposing to a joint session of the United States Congress that we should put a man on the moon by the end of the decade, it's great. In part because it was a clearly defined vision, and in part because we accomplished the goal. In many organizations, the vision for the outcome after the change aren't clear, and rarely do they come true in the form they were originally expressed in. The perceived need to be vague so as to avoid accountability, whether the vision is achieved or not, often unconsciously prevents leaders from expressing their vision so clearly. The next step is to communicate the vision. Having a vision is one thing, ensuring that everyone knows about it is another. While this roughly corresponds to the ADKAR awareness and desire phases, the intent of this step is that the vision is communicated clearly to everyone in the organization and it resonates with them. The next step is remove obstacles. When viewed from afar, obstacles seem small and unimportant. However, when viewed from the person who must confront the obstacle, they can seem huge. In this step, Kotter advocates the removing of obstacles that will get in the way of the desired behavior. The next step is create short-term wins. While most change takes time, most people are impatient. While they want to see the results that the change will bring soon, they'll often accept indication that the change will be successful. Kotter encourages you to look for those opportunities to create short-term wins that others can see as indicators that the long-term successes are possible. The next step is to build on the short-term wins. With a few short-term wins in place, Kotter suggests that building on those successes helps to develop the momentum the change project will need going forward. Here, building on the wins may be replicating the wins in other parts of the business or leveraging the wins from one area to resource, fund, changes in other parts of the organization. The next step is anchor those changes into the corporate culture. Like other change models, including Levine and ADKAR, Kotter finishes the effort with reinforcing the changes so that they become a permanent part of the corporate culture instead of something that is done temporarily and then quickly forgotten. It's time to step together. Kotter's model is focused on the aspects of organizational politics that take on their own importance in large organizations, but they're still useful considerations even for the smallest ones.